All right, that's the meet. Today we're going to be installing our OBS GM body mounts. We've got a truck behind us here. Got all the mounts laid out. About to get right into the install and show you so you can follow along and install these at home in your driveway or your shop. Already, we're going to remove the grill. There should be 4 7mm bolts across the top. These have been replaced on this truck with a few Phillips. There's 1 7mm left. I'll get the rest of the Phillips out. Next, there's going to be a hidden bolt. This should be a 7mm on your truck. This one's also been switched to a Phillips. So we've got a long Phillips screwdriver. And we're going to try to not drop this. And leave it in the grill. Next, we're going to remove the lower headlights. I think these are going to be Phillips on most trucks. This is a Torx 20. We'll set those over on the table. I'm going to pull the light out and we're going to pinch the tab and twist. And this one's out, pinch and twist. And that's out. Set the light aside. There's going to be one more connection back here on the marker light. We'll rotate that and twist. And then that's going to expose our next bolts. So we're going to have another 7mm right here. I'm going to repeat the process, get the other light out on the other side.
Good, how you doing? You're all good. I just got to take a look at your...
Next, we're going to get these 7mm out at the bottom on each side here of the grill. There's one. I'm going to move over and take it out of this side next. Add these to our pile of hardware. And then finally, we should be able to. So this one, this lower piece came out with the grill. I've done one truck in the past during test fits where there was a clip back here behind this, and the bumper spacer basically stayed in place. This one, it all came out as one unit, so we'll feed the headlights back through and remove it. So there's our other screw from the middle. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I've seen one other one where the clips were coming off right here basically. So you reach your hand in, pull the clip up, and then this stays with the bumper. That was a different style bumper. So this style was actually a little easier. The whole basically bumper fill piece came out with the grill. So I'm gonna set the whole grill aside. So with the grill out, we can now access our 2 core support body mount bolts, which are gonna be sitting in these pockets right here. So we've got a 15mm on the top with the breaker bar, and then I've got an 18 down below, and we're going to remove this first bolt. And the lower cup's going to come out with that, and we're going to go over and do the same thing on the driver's side. A few things to note on this truck. This bumper bolt right here is going to contact the cab basically when we lift, so we want to make sure we don't lift too tall. I'm going to remove this bolt too, which will give us some more clearance, and then we can lift the cab all the way up until it hits this tab. So that's going to be another 18mm, and then we'll start lifting. Bolt up, that's gonna give us another about inch or so, which should be enough to get this front core support mount out. Go to the second row, 15 millimeter. Third row. And finally, the fourth row. Okay, so we've got the frame jacked up here, had the body jacked up. I have to go up one more pump, it looks like, to get this mount out. Like so. So we got the upper out. I'm gonna move back to the other positions and get all the uppers out. And we'll go up to the core support last. And we're gonna have to pop our bolt up. You can grab it. Good. That should be it. All right. So we have all of the driver's side uppers out. So we'll take our S&B mounts. We'll separate them. Everything above the red piece of paper goes above the frame rail. So red silicone, black plastic, the silicone isolator, the cup, and the shim. Now sometimes I have to go up a little bit more. Straight to position 2 and drop this in the frame like so. And that one's in place. We'll work our way back. Next up we got third row and fourth row. And now we can let this side down slowly. We're gonna start at our core support and drop our new core support bolt through. And that's gonna sit on the core support, and we're gonna take our lower cup, metal piece, and our nut, and go underneath the truck and get this started. All right, and then we'll move bottom back. So now, row 2, we're gonna use our new bolts. Get the lower on there, and then start all these by hand, and just leave them hand tight while we lift the other side up. Row 3, repeat the process. We're gonna go row 2 on the passenger side. Row 3. Finally, row 4. So now we'll jump underneath here. And I'll show you where we're gonna position our jack. So we're gonna go up and then roll the jack backwards. Until we're on that double wall section of the cab here. And then we have a few of these bolts in hand tight, but those out. And we're gonna lift this thing up. And make sure at the front here again that we have some clearance, and we're starting to get close, so we'll see if we can wiggle this mount out now. By first removing the bolt. So we're gonna take one of our shorter mounts with everything above the red silicone. Bring this back in. Like so. And drop it right in. And that's in place. Now we'll move back to rows 2 through 4. We're gonna take another one of the shorter mounts. Get this positioned right. Remove the factory mount from the frame tab. Place the new S&B, everything above the red silicone shim in the frame. Good to go. On to row 3 now. Remove it. Replace it, another short mount, and then row 4, it'll be back here. This will be our one tall mount for this side. Drop it into place like so. And then we can slowly let our jack down. And get that out of the way. And we'll start installing our lower cup and bolts from the bottom here. And we'll run these snug and then come back and torque them down to a torque spec. For the core support, we're going to take our core support bolt with our washer, drop it down through the mount in the core support area there, and then I'm going to have my videographer hold our breaker bar on top so this can't spin, and then we'll go underneath with the nut and the lower cup and get this tightened up. So once we have it back down on the mounts, all the lowers started, I went through and torqued everything to 63 foot-pounds. So all of those M12 bolts and the core supports go to 63 foot-pounds. At this point, we'll grab our grill that we took off earlier and get that ready to go. Before doing so, we'll retighten down our bumper bolts. This one was missing, but this one that I removed is sitting right here. So we'll get this started. So now that that's tight, get our grill, snake this back in, so move our headlights. With the headlights all threaded in through those slots, you can now get the grill under and into place, and then repeat the process on this side. Under, into place. Got a good bumper gap here. So now, take all the screws. These should all be 7mm, but this truck had some mystery screws. I think the 7 came off this side. So we'll get all these back into place. And then we had a lot of Phillips hardware here, so we'll start running some of this Phillips hardware back in. To make sure the text is facing up and that the bulbs are facing straight. If you have them on the wrong side, the bulbs will be facing out. So now we'll slide this into place, and then I can get the 4 Torxes. I'm going to repeat the exact same process on the driver's side. And then slide it in. 4 Torx screws. We'll slam the hood, and just like that, our install is complete. So we've got a good bumper gap all the way around here, matches what the factory was. Our cab lines on the rear line up really well. This truck should have a smooth ride. It's gonna last the lifetime of the truck now with those new silicone mounts installed. So pretty straightforward install. Let us know if you have any questions. Give us a call, 909-947-0015. Thank you.